look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead. Thank you for heeding my words of warning, Hunter.
All had you. The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
Sorry,
Hey,
sir.
who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
No, sir. Attention! About face!
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow.
About face!
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by your... In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Paris a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those books will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private? Sir, no, sir.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me. Even if one burns hot while the other weeps. Perhaps in time I will come to know my own kind as you have. And perhaps then I will decide for myself whether ours is a noble kind.
Those books will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private? Sir, no, sir. Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those folks will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shiny, recruits!
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face!
Well, if the Legion couldn't save this place, what are you gonna do? Know much about zombies, do ya? How about walking bones? Sorry, sir. Attention! About face! Silverback, nuts! Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! Silverback, nuts! Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those folks will embarrass a bridge troll. Get the shiny recruits. Sorry, sir. You think that's funny, Private? Sir, no, sir. Those folks will embarrass a bridge troll. Get the shiny recruits. Sorry, sir. You think that's funny, Private? Sir, no, sir. Those folks will embarrass a bridge troll. Get the shiny recruits. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. You're a smart hunter, aren't you? They say you can talk to animals, but I don't run one before you for such a tall tale. Attention! About face! Don't know much about zombies, do ya? How about walking bones? friends round here. There's a zombie in my garden. My sheep is missing. An orc ate my baby. Night and... Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. You think that's funny, driver? Sir, no, sir.
Good to have you back, Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes indeed. Better to evacuate this place while there's still some left to save, I say. Go while the go... I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many Legionnaires did so before you. Very far whose invention? The stasis blaster. It's quite a sight, no? The rig. These days, we Legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. You can bet it's no small amount easier to blast those flesh-eating monstrosities from a distance than to get within striking range. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I just make sure the things hit... Legionnaire at your service.
One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or two? Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits. Ah, a fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the western cliffs. Their guidance ruined any... I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools' advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception. They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions. All my worldly possessions. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul.
May the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind stranger. Thank you, kind one.
So, those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they? Indeed. He said himself that he's finally learned humility. Maybe...
Cruel fortune.
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears? And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter. In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place. Ask freely, my friend. Your city is far more wild than Home Forest. In Home Forest, the rules are clear. Here, a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might confine you into a tiny cage, and one must wait for a kind stranger to grant freedom. Jarrett, wise Jarrett, taught me the bird songs of our people. If not for him, I would never have... A beast's life is to survive. A human's is to know. I am both beast and human, and so I must do both. He came to me when I was small. A fierce, wild one, yet unaware of the difference between the other cubs, and he called to me in a soft song. At first I thought him a great bird. We each reached out to the other. Jarrett visited me often, and in time I learned his songs and more. When he built a small cabin within Home Forest, I hunted his food and fetched his water by day while he studied his books and his magics. By night, by the fire, he'd tell me tales of the world of people.
Cruel fortune.
Jarrett is my master and my friend, my teacher and myself. He teaches me and I care for him. I have learned all the bird song that Jarrett could teach. The remembering of the beasts is without lies. We know not to approach the wasp's nest because long ago one bear mother discovered its dangers. This she taught to her cubs, and those cubs taught. We do not remember Rito and the battle of the buzzing brutes. We remember only what is useful to us now. Rito will be forgotten. The beauty of the story will be forgotten. But the lesson will not. It is different between beasts and humans. I am lucky to enjoy both ways. I heard this was a place of many people, so here I came. I have seen more faces here in a day than I had seen but I have not found the face I seek. Jarrett is missing. It is my duty to find him. That mystery is thick and ugly as a swarm of hornets. It started with a great disturbance in Home Forest. A terrible disease came in the night and turned the birds and beasts soft. I watched countless of my loved ones die, rotted from the inside. When I ran to Jarrett to tell him what I had seen, his reaction was strange. He had no answer. The next morning, Jarrett did not emerge from his room. I left him be, but after 3 days I grew anxious. I broke down the door and he was kidnapped, and all his research was taken with him. The only clue I found was a letter among the scraps. I could not make out all the words, but I recognized the threat. Death, coming for you. And the signature? Attenborough. I do not know the one called Attenborough, but I know that if I am to find Jarrett, I must start there. Whoever this Attenborough may be, I believe he or she may know where Jarrett has been taken.
Cruel fortune. Can you spare a coin? May the Seven bless you, most generous friend. Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one.